We're T-minus 10.
Wait,
9.
10? What are you talking about?
Buckle up, Steve. We're going on a journey.
5,
What is going on?
2.
Keep your head down.
What? Head down? Where?
We're at the last
What? Lift off? What? Ah! Nobody told me anything about this.
Steve, can you not hold on to my leg so tightly?
I gotta hold on to something. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm scared. I want my mommy.
Just calm down, Steve. You'll be all right.
What is going on?
Steve,
Oh my goodness.
Settle down.
Why? I don't know where we are. All I see is like this tunnel with like all these crazy colors. We're whipping around in circles. Don't you feel me?
It's awesome, Steve. We're in the ITM.
What's the ITM?
The Imagination Time Machine.
Did you say time machine?
Yeah, Steve. We're going back
Oh,
in time.
why would I ever want to do that?
Steve, we're going back all the way. Are you ready for this, Steve? All the way back to 930 BC.
Why 9:30? Why not 10:30? Doesn't
You'll
church start
see.
at 11:30?
Steve, you'll see when we get there.
I don't know what this is. This is really, really weird.
It's gonna be amazing. Steve, just look around. Look it.
Well,
Hey, is that like King Tut up there?
where? Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, there's the pyramids too. Hey,
Wow.
hey, there's Jesus. Hey, hi Jesus. How's it going? Good to see you too. But this is still weird. Like this is not normal.
Steve, just brace yourself
Why is
because
it
the
getting
landing
Why is
might
it
be a
getting
little bit bumpy. It could even be a crash.
Crash landing! Oh, I lost my Oh man, where am I? Where are my glasses? Oh, what is this? Where are these walls? Where's Trish? Trissy? Trissy?
Hey,
where are
Steve.
you?
Hey. I'm right here, right beside you. Just stand on up.
Oh, there you are. Can't really see anything. Where?
Hi, Steve.
Oh, my glasses. They must have fallen
Oh,
off on the
yes,
landing.
That was a little bumpy,
Oh, my
and you
goodness.
were a little too close.
Oh, that's better. I can see things.
Steve, check it out. Look where we are.
Actually, a little old-fashioned.
Steve, we have landed. We have crash landed, and we're alive. Look it. Pinch yourself.
Ow!
You made it through a crash landing.
I'm alive!
And guess where we are?
Oh, I think we were going somewhere back. I think you said 930 BC.
Yes, and we've made it to the walls of Jerusalem.
Jerusalem, really?
Yeah, we're
That's
in
where we
Jerusalem.
are?
Yeah, how exciting is
Man,
this?
it's hot here.
It is a little hot. It is. Can you feel that
Goodness.
hot breeze coming through?
I do. It's a little overwhelming at times. My hair's
Yeah.
gonna go crazy.
So, I don't know, but I don't know if we're supposed to meet someone here or what. What do you think we're doing here?
I don't know. You brought us here. You were the driver. I was just
Well-
on for the ride.
Do you see that guy over there? He's kind of standing out to me because he's a little bit different.
Oh, that guy. Hey, how's it going?
I
Oh,
don't
He's
think
not really.
he sees you.
Okay.
Look it. Do you notice he's got a coat on and he's tearing it right now? Do you think that's because it's so hot?
Might be. It is pretty warm.
Like he's tearing it, but he's not just like tearing it in two pieces. He's like tearing it in like multiple pieces.
I don't know. Hey, wait, is that the temple that he's beside?
You know what? That is Solomon's temple.
That's cool.
Wow, where
What else
is
they got?
King Solomon?
What
else they got here? We got this guy tearing his clothes. We got the walls. We got the temple.
He's giving some of his clothes, pieces of his coat. He's giving them to some other guy.
Oh yeah, I see it.
That guy's taking them. Looks like he's taking like 10 pieces. I think he's got like, I don't know, I counted like 12 pieces he tore his coat into.
Maybe.
Do you think that means anything?
It might. You know what? I think it's probably somewhere in the Bible.
No, Steve, I'm not getting a good feeling about being here right now.
Oh, wow.
I just kind of feel something is about to go down.
Oh, I think we better
Between
go.
that coat and the tearing and being around King Solomon's temple, I just have a bad feeling like we need to.
Oh, maybe, but you know what? I'm kind of glad to be going anyways because it's so hot here. And the air conditioning in the time machine was actually quite nice. So even though it's a bumpy ride. So.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go home.
I hope you can handle the way back.
I think so.
Better than
I'm so
you
excited to
handle
go home.
here.
So excited.
All right, Steve, get ready.
All right,
get ready
here we
for
go.
takeoff position. Here we go. After
Feeling
that
crazy.
journey back.
Yeah, it was a little crazy. You know, it was so hot there and humid, and humidity does crazy things to my hair, so it's feeling a little wild right now.
You're looking a little wild, and I gotta say, I was a little bit concerned about you on the ride.
No problem. It's fine.
I really thought
Piece of cake.
that maybe you were going to need, like, I don't know, a diaper or something.
What? No. No way.
Anyways, it's good to be back. And it was really an interesting trip, wouldn't you say?
It was. It was kind of cool seeing Jerusalem. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, and I wasn't sure what was all going on, but I came back and I kind of looked up some of the story that I think we were seeing right before our own eyes. I looked it up in the Bible.
Yeah, and what did you find out?
So I found out a couple things. Like, there was a prophet,
Oh, Ahijah.
Ahijah. He was a prophet, and he was sent to Jeroboam.
Yes.
And Jeroboam,
okay, I know the story.
Jeroboam worked for King Solomon. He was like one of his workers. And this prophet came, and he had that coat on. You know the coat we saw him?
Yes.
Tearing up.
Yes.
And I just thought at first he was tearing it up because he was like really hot, but actually that's not why he was tearing it up.
Why was he tearing it up?
He was actually tearing it up because he had a word to say through it, and he was tearing it up into 12 pieces.
Okay, why 12?
And there was 12 for a reason.
Why 12?
Because he was trying to tell Jeroboam that
Jeroboam or Jeroboam?
that the 12 tribes of Israel were going to get divided up. That 2 were only going to belong to King Solomon, and the other 10 were going to be given to Jeroboam.
Jeroboam?
Mm-hmm. Jeroboam.
Jeroboam. Well, that's interesting. I feel like my walls. I got inspired.
Wow, that's very good, Steve. Anyways, so you know what? We got out of there just in the right time. Do you know why? You know what was going to happen next?
Well, I think kind of. Because I think if I heard a prophecy like that and I was the king, I would be a little upset.
Yeah, because he was going to lose 10 out of 12 of his tribes.
That's not what you want. When you're king of 12, you don't want to lose 10 of those 12.
No, that's most of them. So basically, he was just about to be told that, and he was going to get very angry, just like we kind of felt that was about to happen. It did happen. The king got mad, King Solomon. But you know what? It was the King Solomon's own sin because he chose to worship other gods.
That's right.
And because of that, that had a huge effect on him and his son and the whole entire community.
So it's kind of like this dynamic when we sin. It's like it affects people around us, right?
It does, not just us, but others.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what was happening because his son, whose name was Rehoboam. How would you like that name, Steve? Rehoboam. Well, anyways, his son was next to be king, and guess what happened?
He lost the kingdom.
He did because he told the people that he was even going to be worse and work them harder than what King Solomon did. And King Solomon worked them hard.
I think I'd be revolting from that. That, you know, if somebody comes and says, hey, I'm gonna, your dad, my dad was hard on you with whips and stuff. I'm gonna beat you with chains. I think I wouldn't like that.
I know. I think he even said I was going to beat you with scorpion.
Scorpions.
Have you ever been beaten with a scorpion?
You take the scorpion and go.
I don't know. I don't want to know. So anyways, people didn't take too nicely to that new king.
Yeah.
And they said, we are going to have, we're not going to have this, basically.
Yeah, and they revolted.
They revolted.
Kind of like,
Enough of that.
enough of that.
And so he wasn't the new king. Guess who became the new king?
Begone, king. Oh, Jeroboam. Jeroboam became the king.
And that's what the prophet said from the beginning. So there we have. That's what happened, Steve. That's what we were witnessing.
So this is kind of making me think of a little game we can play. So you see, we got all these Jenga blocks here.
Yes.
And it's kind of like this whole thing. Each of them represent like a piece of our community, right?
Okay.
And when we take one piece out of our community, all of a sudden the structure starts to get weak and starts to destabilize, right? So let's do a little challenge. You up for a challenge?
I love challenges
Okay.
because I usually beat you. So
No. Okay. So here's the challenge. We are going to take 30 seconds.
okay,
You ready?
I'm ready.
And we're gonna see who can build the tallest tower. All
Okay.
right? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
But Steve,
Hey.
yours might be taller right now, but
That was
who's
the
this more
goal.
secure? Who's
That
this
was the
steadier?
goal. The goal was tall. Ah! It's going.
But it won't be tall if it doesn't.
Ah! No!
Need I say more?
Oh my goodness. Hey!
I built mine very secure, and that way.
Oh, okay. Hey, so you know what? You're right. Mine was kind of stacked all over the place. Yours is nice and solid. But look, you've got all these different pieces of the community together, right? Ah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
so it's like each one of these represents like a different person in our community. So for example, like in our church, this one might that one might represent like Trevor, Pastor Trevor, or this one might represent, Trisha, or this one might represent somebody like even the kids. That might be Talon. Where's Talon? Or let's see, who could this one be?
Victoria.
Victoria. All right. Hasten. Right? And there's one of these might represent each of you guys, right? So here's the thing. When one of us decides to sin, our sin affects other people, not just ourselves, right? So let's say somebody down here decides they're gonna, let's see, I'm gonna do a little sin to see if I can get away with it. This community's still standing pretty good. But what happens when we start getting a few more people doing that? Let's see.
Let's say someone decides to tell a little lie.
Oh, there goes a little lie.
Little lie against someone else, and
Ah,
they don't think it's going to get found out, but
that is really hard to pull these
it
out.
actually does get found out, and someone else finds out about the lie, and then they get affected by that.
Oh, there's that one.
And then the
Okay.
next person gets affected by that sin.
Uh-oh.
Someone decides to steal something. So someone else is getting affected because they're missing something now.
Oh my
Someone
goodness.
else decides to say some gossip about gossip.
Oh, gossip. That's a tough one.
Someone else is getting affected by that, and some other people.
Oh wow, that did not go. I can't believe it. All right. Well, we're looking pretty good still, but it's looking a little
Our
unstable.
community's not so stable
All
anymore.
right. Let's see what happens when somebody else does a little sin, right? Uh-oh. The community's not looking stable, and eventually, all of a sudden, we end up with something like this.
Someone that says,
Uh-oh.
"Hey, I'm gonna get away with this."
Oh my goodness. And
They might have got away with it, but all these people got affected by
And
their
so
sin.
we want to make sure that our sin does not affect other people and that our sin is confessed, right?
Yeah, so I think the way our sin doesn't affect other people is that when we do something wrong, we confess it, we ask for forgiveness.
That's right. And sometimes, we can fight and have all these quarrels and stuff among ourselves, right? James chapter 4, verse 1 says, "Why do you fight and argue among yourselves? Isn't it because of your selfish desires?" They fight within you, right? So we get all this inner turmoil and struggle that is inside of us, right? And when we don't surrender that to God, oftentimes that'll come out and it'll affect all the people around us, right?
Yeah,
So when we do sin, what are we supposed to do?
we're supposed to ask for forgiveness.
Yes, we ask for forgiveness, but we also confess our sin. So confess your sin And then
So
what?
confessing is just like saying, hey God, I'm sorry, I did blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Whatever the sin is.
It's like blah, blah, blah. You heard of that guy? Blah, blah, blah. So we confess our sin, and then what do we do after that? We turn away from it.
Yeah, we choose not to do it anymore, even though we might get tempted to,
That's right.
do something wrong again. If we ask God for help, you know what?
I'll help us.
He helps us. I love it, Steve. So, the key to having a good, strong community is that we don't sin against each other. Or we don't sin, and if we do, we confess it.
Confess it.
And we ask for forgiveness where we
Confess
need
your sin and turn away from it.
to ask for forgiveness.
That's all right. That's it. All right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the show today. We are so glad you tuned in, and we are looking forward to seeing you next week right here at the same time, same station.
And hopefully for another challenge that I could beat Steven.
Until then, bye.